In a single week, $390 billion vanished from the cryptocurrency markets. At the exact same time, an AI-generated misinformation crisis flooded social media, and a self-replicating worm breached dozens of official Microsoft software repositories. For years, the industry operated on a few core assumptions. We believed digital assets were insulated from traditional stock market events. We treated artificial intelligence as a contained productivity tool. And we assumed billion-dollar game franchises would stay locked to specific consoles. The events of early June suggest that the tech industry has outgrown its own infrastructure. The scale of capital and computation required to run these platforms is beginning to buckle the systems designed to manage them. This convergence shows that our financial and informational systems are being forced to adapt to a pace of growth they weren't built to handle. The market shift began with a massive wipeout in digital assets. Over a few days, the total crypto market capitalization dropped by nearly $400 billion. The sheer speed of the decline triggered a cascade of automated sell orders, liquidating $7 billion in leveraged positions. This chart details the severity. Bitcoin fell 17.3% to drop below the $60,000 threshold, while Ethereum tumbled 22%. It is the sharpest weekly decline the market has seen since the collapse of FTX. The primary driver for this sell-off is the $75 billion initial public offering for SpaceX. While most IPOs reserve the vast majority of shares for institutional banks, SpaceX is allocating up to 30% directly to retail investors. That access has driven demand to $150 billion, double the amount of shares being offered. The SpaceX launch is only the first wave. When combined with upcoming offerings from OpenAI and Anthropic, $240 billion in capital is scheduled to hit the market by year-end. This creates a liquidity vacuum. Retail traders are liquidating high-risk digital assets to generate the cash needed to participate in these tech offerings, pulling billions out of the crypto ecosystem to fund the next generation of aerospace and AI. The crypto market's survival is no longer a matter of internal cycles. It is now directly dependent on how it competes with traditional tech giants for the same pool of retail liquidity. While capital flows into AI development, the actual deployment of these models is exposing deep flaws in the internet's basic guardrails. On Facebook, Meta AI's For You feed has transitioned into a misinformation factory. It prioritizes engagement over factual accuracy, flooding users with fabricated stories. The system uses a tactic known as weaponized empathy, generating emotionally charged but false narratives, like fabricated stories about the royal family, to farm human engagement at an industrial scale. The risk of unchecked automation isn't limited to social feeds. The miasma worm recently infiltrated 73 official Microsoft software repositories on GitHub. This attack used a novel vector. The worm was engineered to stay dormant until it was read by an AI coding agent, like Claude or Cursor. By hitching a ride on these trusted productivity tools, the malware bypassed standard security scans. Because these AI agents often operate without strict sandboxing, the worm used the AI's own permissions to steal cloud credentials directly from developer machines. It turned the very tools meant to build the future into a delivery system for a supply chain breach. The current push for rapid automation has made the AI tools themselves a primary liability, threatening both information integrity and software security. These same economic pressures are flattening the traditional boundaries of the entertainment industry. The cost of modern technology has effectively ended the era of console-exclusive hardware silos. Square Enix confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Revelation, the finale of their massive remake project, will launch simultaneously on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and the Nintendo Switch 2. The shift is driven by the rising cost of AAA development. After 7 years, a game of this scale needs the widest possible audience to recoup its investment, making single-platform exclusivity a financial impossibility. The announcement of Monster Hunter Wilds for the Switch 2 further proves the shift. It signals that Nintendo's upcoming hardware is finally capable of supporting the massive third-party budgets that were once exclusive to high-end PCs and home consoles. Survival in the modern gaming market now requires studios to ignore platform loyalty in favor of absolute accessibility. The landscape has changed. The once isolated crypto markets and siloed gaming platforms are now competing in a space dominated by $240 billion mega IPOs and industrial-scale automation. This focus on rapid scale and automation has created a digital ecosystem that is both highly volatile and structurally vulnerable to new types of failure. To navigate this, media literacy must become a baseline skill. Developers must adopt zero-trust models for AI assistance, and investors have to respect the gravity that these massive liquidity events exert on every other asset. Technology is moving faster than the systems we use to contain it. Staying informed and adaptable is no longer optional. It is the only way to track where the capital and the data are moving next.